All right, guys, as usual, before we get started, I'd like you to pause this video if possible and read over the few things I'd like you to remember before watching this video. Thanks.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to CoinFlow TV. This is Rob. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the late video, and if I'm kind of slow in this video, you guys got to bear with me. I'm still trying to take everything in that happened today. Obviously, we know that cryptocurrencies are down quite a bit today, and I'm going to give you some information on that. And we'll talk a little bit about news on it. And I'm going to give you my opinion on why I think it's down so much. Also, we're going to go over Bitconnect because obviously that's gone and it was a big hit to a lot of us. Hopefully we didn't invest, like I always say, more than we can afford to lose, and we can keep on trucking after this. But yeah, Bitconnect is gone. We're going to cover that in a little bit. I'll give you my opinion on that as well. But first, let's start off with some news. On cryptocurrencies itself, $260 billion market loss. It's probably more than that now, probably right around 300 billion in what they're calling the cryptocalypse. And it definitely deserves that name. So now, if you guys remember last week and in my video from over the weekend, we talked about Korea's exchange, South Korea dropping the hammer on a lot of the big exchanges out there. And if you guys, keep up with cryptocurrencies and trade cryptocurrencies, you'll see that a lot of times when these coins have astronomic gains, a lot of that does come from South Korea. So that was a big eye opener, man. I mean, we owe a lot of our values to our friends over in Asia. So when they take a hit like they have been taking in these last couple of days, I mean, so a couple of the things that I think that are really affecting the values of cryptocurrency right now, we'll just jump into it. Obviously, one, China is cracking down on Bitcoin mining. 2/3 of the mining for Bitcoin comes from China. And obviously because there's kind of a reduced price in electrical costs and that kind of stuff. So, with China cracking down on that, that's a big downfall that we're going to have here. Also, we have the South Korean exchanges that got raided last week because of tax issues, and that kind of stuff. Now South Korea is talking about possibly getting rid of all their exchanges for cryptocurrencies. So is China. China's really dropping the hammer on cryptocurrencies. So we're suffering a lot there. If you guys haven't been on the news outlets and that kind of stuff, I can't go over all of them because it's a lot to talk about. I suggest you guys do some research on it, and that way it'll give you a little bit more of an answer as to what's going on. Also, I want to talk to you guys because, there's no doubt that we just went through, I mean, here in the States, at least, in a lot of places around the world, we went through Thanksgiving, then we went through Christmas, then we went through New Year's. And if you guys don't know by now, we're about 22 to 23 days, like it says here, shy of the Chinese Lunar New Year, which is another big deal. So money's going to be flying off this. Money's going to be flying off the market here soon, and if it's already happening as well. I mean, it's just a bad time all the way around. So guys, one thing I want to talk to you guys about is, studying market trends, discovering how this stuff works, and just basically learning. I don't want to say learn how to live with it, but it's pretty much, that's pretty much as blunt as I can be. It happens. You know what I mean? Coming out of a big holiday period like that with all this bad news, that creates FUD. And if you guys don't know what FUD is, it's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So that creates a bad situation for Bitcoin overall. But I want to show you guys something. If you guys don't know and you haven't been watching this market and you haven't seen market trends, let's go back to last year, January of 2017. I'm going to show you what the crypto market does, right around this time. So if you look at January of 2017, around January, I want to say that's about the 5th, we hit a high and then it just dropped and dropped and dropped and, corrected it a little bit more and then dropped again. That was January of 2017. Now we're going to go back. Let's hit all here, right? Excuse me. Let's go back to January of 2016. What's going on with this? Sorry, guys. January of 2016. Of course, it's not cooperating now because that would be too easy, right? Okay. January of 2016. Let's move this back just a little bit so you guys can get to see that. So January 4th. Same thing here, guys. This is January 9th, January 14th, 2016. It was up, took a plunge here, right? Just in a couple of days. We lost a ton of money in market cap. Now, guys, I want you to remember one thing. Back then, the entire market cap was $6 billion, right? It was a $6 billion market cap. We're at a 6 or 700 billion market cap. So, you know, yeah, it lost here. It lost about $1.5 billion. But you got to remember the market cap at that point was $7.5 billion. I mean, and then it dropped to about $6.5 billion, or no, $6 billion. And then it started slowly raising back up throughout the year, obviously. Now, let's take this and we'll move it to 2015, which was the year before that. Same thing here, guys. January 3rd, or actually December 26th, we're at 15 billion, I'm sorry, 5 billion market cap, and then it just plunged, right? Right around the same date, January 14th, plunged down to $3.1 billion. So we lost another $2 billion there. So when you look at it percentage-wise and where we're at, 200 billion back then is equivalent to about $2 billion, $2 to $3 billion in loss. It's just that the market has been gaining values, you know, over and over throughout the years, and now we finally got up to $700 billion. So when you see that decline that's been happening pretty much every year, I mean, let's see if we go back to 2014, what happened. Same thing, guys. January, it wasn't as bad because it happened mainly around February, and you know, cryptocurrencies and this kind of stuff was not even, you know, nearly where it is today. So I say that to say that if you look at the market trends, you look at 2015 in January, boom, big ass decline right there. 2016 January, same thing, big ass decline. We'll go back just a little bit. All right, you see that hits a high going into December, end of December, just like it did this year, right before Christmas, starts to lower, then it stays on a stagnant pace, and then boom, drops right after Christmas, right before Chinese New Year. We lost a ton of money, about $1.5 billion. Back then, the market cap was only $7.5 billion. All right, going into 2017, where are we at? January, same thing here. Hit a high going into January. Actually, let's go back just a little bit more so we can get more of an outlay on it. All right, so it was low, hit a high going into January, and then boom. So this has a lot to do with the market trend, obviously, within the last couple of years with cryptocurrencies. It seems to be something that just happens in January. I mean, obviously, like I said, being caused by the holidays that, you know, we obviously celebrate. And then with Chinese New Year coming in and that kind of stuff. And then a lot of it has to do with panic selling as well. Because, you know, when the market starts collapsing, and now, you know, you see headlines like this, Cryptocalypse or whatever the hell they're calling it. Where's that at? You see headlines like this, Cryptocalypse. And, you know, cryptocurrencies are being covered now more than ever, especially Bitcoin, being on the CME, getting ready to hit the NASDAQ, futures trading, that kind of stuff. I mean, everybody's covering Bitcoin. A couple of years ago, you weren't hearing anybody talk about Bitcoin. They weren't talking about cryptocurrencies. They weren't talking about Ripple, altcoins. Nobody knew what the hell it was. Now everybody knows what it is. So that's causing a lot of panic selling as well. Anyways, we got down to about 10,100 today. Bitcoin's kind of creeping back up, and you know, Ethereum, all these coins are still down. The only thing we can do is sit back and wait, guys. If you guys are here for the long haul and you're patient with your investments, I mean, investments in anything we do takes patience. You know what I mean? They say fast money don't last long. That's proven over and over again. So I would just, I mean, and this is not financial advice. Actually, you know what? I am just going to just sit back and wait for the market to come back. I don't personally think it's a, it's a collapse, if the bubbles popped or whatever the FUD out there is saying. I mean, if it does, it does. You know what I mean? That we got into this. Investments are very risky. This stuff is all based on speculation, and it just depends on how you perceive it, how you want to look at it, and what you want to do afterwards. I'm going to sit here and hold. I'm going to hodl my ass off until this market comes back and we start making money again. Obviously being hit with something like this and being hit with this guy today, Bitconnect, the king of all lenders, finally closing their door to everybody, that's a big deal. So it's a lot to take in all in one day. Speaking of Bitconnect, let's talk about Bitconnect here for a little bit. All right, so I wanted to dig a little bit more into Bitconnect for you guys and kind of show you some things. Obviously, their alert or their memo that they had on their page, and I was able to get in earlier. Now it's just kind of becoming a nuisance to get into it. But either way, Bitconnect announced today that they will be... Here, let me try to log in and see what happens. I'm going to pause this video real quick. All right, so this is what keeps happening when you're trying to log in. I'm not going to waste any more time trying to log in tonight. It's just the website seems to be just really, really overloaded right now, which is expected. But Bitconnect announced earlier that they will be now... that they're basically done with their lending platform and their exchange platform. Hit a lot of people hard, and it just sucks. It sucks. I had $1,200 total invested. I mean, that was based off of interest, affiliate bonuses, and that kind of stuff. About $300 to $400 on my own money that I pulled out of there, and I had some money that I was putting back into the Bitconnect token because I thought that the Bitconnect X ICO would be available in the States. It wasn't, so it was just stuck there in the Bitconnect token. Either way, they've been offline for the last couple of days, and now all of a sudden their website is backed up, and they announced that they're not going to be dealing with lending or anything like that anymore. So they sent a memo out, and basically it said that a big part of the reason was that they decided to halt their operation was because of all the FUD that was being spread out there. Obviously, you're a lending program, man. This is cryptocurrencies. There's always going to be FUD, so that's a stupid excuse, but whatever. We'll take it. The next thing was that all these, they lost North Carolina and Texas. 2 states out of the entire world they lost. But I could see the hammer definitely coming down on them quite a bit with the SEC, especially here in the States. And I'm not sure around the world. We're talking about China and South Korea now. So maybe they thought it wouldn't be beneficial for them anymore, and it wouldn't, make them any money. Either way, that was one of the reasons. And the third reason, I can't remember. Either way, they said that, as of now, their exchange is halted, their lending platform is halted, but Bitconnect X is still up and running. Now, here's my thoughts on that, man, because one thing I don't like that they did is, and a lot of people keep saying, I see YouTubers saying, hey, they could have just scammed with they could have just exit scammed and ran with everybody's money, but they decided to give you your money back. That's true. Yes and no. They decided to give you your money back, but they didn't give it back to you in the form of, the fiat currency that they took when they did the loan. So what I'm saying here, and we'll pull up a calculator so I can explain to you guys. Right? So I had $1,200 invested. Now in the memo, they said that they were giving you back your tokens based off of what your investment was at an 15-day average, and that came up to $365. So they gave me back like 3.5 tokens or something like that. Well, let's do 1,200 divided by 365. That's 3.28 tokens, right? Now, if you go to CoinMarketCap and look at the price of their token, or their value of their token, it's down 86% today, obviously. It's at $33.69. Now, if they're giving me 3.28 tokens at $33.69, they just gave me back 110 bucks. So Bitconnect did not give you back the money, and it sucks because this is a platform that we all promoted, and everybody kind of made money off of it. I mean, obviously the bigger YouTubers that have been doing it for a long time, they made a ton of money off of it, and they were able to enjoy that, and hopefully some of you were too. But This is what I got back out of my $1,200. The right thing for them to do would have been to say, okay, well, the current value when you decide to draw your tokens, it's $33. The current value, they would give us back 36 cents, because a big part of their next promotion is basically saying, hey, Bitconnect X is still up and we're going to do what it takes to keep our coin's value. Now, obviously, this coin's value is at $33.69 now because of all the panic selling that's been going on. So you were able to transfer out at some point today, because I tried to transfer out to my QT wallet or even HYIP BTC, which is an exchange that you can trade Bitconnect tokens on. I tried to transfer it out from my Bitconnect wallet when I was on earlier, and it just kept giving me a error number 9 message or something like that, and it wouldn't let me transfer it out. So it's kind of just stuck there. I'm going to try again tomorrow, and I'm going to try to get it off. I mean, my 3 tokens will probably eventually be worth $3. I don't know what else they can do to their token. They're a lending platform. I mean, it's not a utility token. It's not nationally or recognized by the world as some type of a useful token besides on their lending program, which again was a great lending program. I mean, people made money on it, but now that it's gone, what do you do with it? So here's the deal. They're telling you to participate in their ICO, in the Bitconnect ICO, where their tokens again are $50 a token. Now with this new reputation that they started, first of all, I think that they shot themselves in the foot, and I saw it when they announced that the Bitconnect X exchange or ICO would accept the Bitconnect token, because what that does to their coin is a bunch of people are now saving, their Bitconnect tokens instead of reinvesting for this ICO. When that goes into this ICO, this coin has not been released on the exchange yet. So your token, the Bitconnect token, starts to lose value right away. The day that this ICO launched, Bitconnect's token went down to $260 something, down from $400 and almost $50 or $60 that it hit 2 weeks ago. So that sucked, and that was a screw up by them. Now they're telling you, hey, listen, we're going to give you back tokens based on what we say is worth $369 or $365. They're screwing you out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars because of the fact that the token's only worth $33. And that's if you are ready and you have it on the exchange right now and you're able to sell it. If you're not, then you're going to wait and watch this thing plummet even more. Who's to say that their coin will be worth, $300 to $400 again? There's really no purpose for the Bitconnect coin. So they can sit here all they want and say, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to back our coin up. We're going to make this happen. We're going to make that happen. To me, I don't see it happening. Bitconnect X, $50 a token. What is that going to be worth, especially after they did what they did today? Nobody knows what that's going to be worth. So be very careful when you're, and I hate to sound like I'm bitter or sour or anything like that, which I know I'm sounding like right now, but I'm just trying to give you my honest opinion. Like, honestly, I believed in Bitconnect. I didn't think they were going anywhere for a while, but they have their reasons that they say they left, and, we're going to respect that, and we're going to understand that, this can happen with any lending program at any given time. So, there's a lot of possibilities out there with this stuff, but for me personally, with them saying, hey, we're going to give you your money, I can't even get on their website right now. With them saying that, hey, we're going to give you guys all your money back, and, we're trying to do the right thing. Doing the right thing meant whatever the exchange price is at that time when you decide to take if they can say, hey, we're going to give you 5 days to take all your tokens off of there. Okay, that's fine. If I decide to do it on the 3rd day, what I should have that US dollar value, kind of like what Western Coin does. You know what I mean? It has the US dollar value and you transfer it at the US dollar value, right? So whatever the US dollar value, whether it's $3 or $4 or whatever it is, that's what they should let you transfer it out at. You know what I mean? They shouldn't tell you, oh, we're going to do a 3-day average of $365 and we're going to give you your coin valued at that. It's not valued at that. It's valued at $33 a coin. That's the value I want in coins for the $1,200. I know I'm kind of, just barking up the wrong or not, just wasting my time and wasting my breath talking about this shit. But that's just how it is, guys. So all these people out here saying that, hey, Bitconnect gave you your money back, be happy or whatever. They didn't just exit scam. I mean, you might as well have. All right. You might as well have exit scam. Now you're talking about your exchange is still going to be up. I don't know what good a $50 Bitconnect X coin is going to do on the exchange. you guys really need to start putting out some information on this, because I don't see a lot of people that are going to continue participating in the Bitconnect ICO either. It might be a done deal for that too. That's my opinion on all this stuff, guys. I mean, obviously, feel free to comment in the section down below. You know, there's really nothing else that I can talk about with this. You know, cryptocurrencies are down. Bitconnect X is gone. You know, there were a couple of lending, like ICO lending platform launches tonight. Asian Coin, you know, I've been trying to get on their website. Their website's down as well. That's pretty much it, guys. Hey, listen, we're going to keep doing these shows. We're going to find as much to talk about and keep you guys updated. We're going to start doing a lot more research on this stuff and putting good information out there for you. And hopefully in another couple weeks, we'll be sitting here having a better conversation about cryptocurrencies and gains and how much money you guys made, all right? Remember, if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below right now. There is a little bell icon there as well. You want to hit that. That'll turn on post notifications. If you like the show, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a comment in the description below. Let me know what you didn't like about the show. Either way, guys, I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.
The truth.